So Microsoft sucks right now, and this article from Tom's Hardware sums it up well. Microsoft clamping down on Windows 11 local account setup. The latest insider build removes local-only comments, and skipping Microsoft account sign-in will crash the setup process, meaning that before this update, user could have bypassed the need of a local account. But now, after this update is being implemented, user must need a Microsoft account as well as internet connection just to set up their Windows 11. Now is a great time to make a switch to Mac or Linux, but Mac is also not a good operating system at the moment. Now our only real hope is the Linux. Now you have many Linux distros that you can actually try. Fedora Office, Arch-based, and many more. For me personally, I will just ask you if you want to make the switch or you want to try out the Linux, just go with the beginner-friendly ones, and the most beginner-friendly ones are like Ubuntu and Linux Mint and also the Pop! OS. Before you make the switch, I would definitely suggest you first try it out yourself and see if you enjoy it. So to try it out, what you have to do is it will require a virtual machine, and what this virtual machine will do, it will allow you to install the Linux operating system inside your Windows, in the operating system inside your current operating system. To download the VMware, the only thing that you have to do is to visit their official website, and you can download from the official website, and you will require an account to download. If you want to download from their official website, I recommend you to watch this guide by Matthew Jacob. He made a wonderful video on how to download VMware Workstation on Windows devices or any other devices. You can simply watch this tutorial, or if you want to save up your 6 minutes of time, then you can just straight up go to Tech Power Up official website and just download from here. I would definitely provide both of the links, and you just click on download. Now you have to select your server, select whichever is closest to you, and it should automatically start downloading. Go to your favorite Linux distro. In this case, I'm going to install Linux Mint. Just click on download. Now you have different version for the Linux Mint: Cinnamon Edition, XFCE Edition, Matte Edition. Among these three, just select the Cinnamon Edition, and below you can select the server that is closest to you. Now let's wait for it to finish downloading. Once done downloading, all you have to do is install our virtual machine. To install our virtual machine, go to your download folder, select your VMware, and just double click here and just install it. Now once you're done installing, open up your virtual machine. So once you are inside the virtual machine, you should have this similar home screen. So now just click on create new virtual machine and just select your typical recommended. No need to change, no need to go to custom. Just select this and then just click next. And now as we already download our ISO, what we have to do is just come here and select on installer disk image file, and we're going to just browse our file. So we saved it inside a download folder, so I'm just going to select from there whichever folder you have downloaded and saved it. Select from there and just click on open. Now as you can see, I have selected my operating system, which is Linux Mint. Just going to, so it is a Linux based operating system, and the version you have to select between this. If you're using Debian, you select Debian. Using Fedora, you select Fedora. If Ubuntu, select Ubuntu. In this case, I'm using Linux Mint, but this is not listed here, so I'll just select a other Linux distro, other Linux kernel. And then now you can name your operating system. In this case, I'm just going to name it Linux Mint OS and click next. Now you can allocate how many gigabyte you want to allow your virtual machine to use for this operating system. In this case, I will just allow 20 gigabyte. I already have enough storage. If you don't have, you can just use the minimum requirement 8 gigabyte is also okay, but my recommendation is at least use 20 gigabytes. Just go with the automatic selected one. No need to change this. Go to next. Now here you can go to custom hardware, how much your virtual machine can use up your system memory. Because my system has 32 gigabyte. In this case, I will just allow it to use up to 8 gigabytes of memory. I suggest you to increase the RAM. If you have enough system RAM, just increase it. If you have 8 gigabyte, allocate 4 gigabyte. If you have 16 gigabyte, you can allocate 8 gigabyte. This is the best way I do it. I'm going to go to the processor, and it's the number of processor it can take is always selected. Because my CPU only has 6 cores, I will just continue with this 2. I'm not going to change it, but if your CPU is more capable, like you have 8 core or 16 core CPU, definitely try to increase it. But in this case, I will just go as it is, and also for others, just keep it as it is, no worries. Now let's click on close, and now let's click on finish. So now your operating system is ready to be installed. So what we have to do first thing is we're going to run. So I can run from here or I can run from the top. So I'll just run the top. So as you can see, it's already started our machine. Just wait for a bit. So now just click enter. Also, one more thing, you can make full screen from here and tap here. At first it will be pinned, so you just unpin it, so you'll just hide the top bar. You have this clean window, like the whole window is there for you. Now we're just going to wait for it to finish up installing. So I'm just going to click on install Linux Mint. So just wait for it to be finished. It's just a long process. So select your language. I'm selecting English, continue, and you can select your keyboard layout. I'm selecting English US. Now I will recommend you just select this one and just continue. Now, as you can see, we have given this will delete all your programs, document, photos, music, and any other file in your operating system, meaning that if you are installing in your system, in your local system, it will erase everything from your local drive. So if you're doing the actual installation instead of the virtual machine, you need to be really careful. But in this case, as we're installing using your virtual machine, so we just leave as it is, no need to worry about that. But if you are installing in your actual device, in your local machine, with the switch from the Windows, then you need to back up every important files that you might have. But in this case, we have no issue. Now we just click on continue and select your time zone, continue. Now give your virtual name, disclaimer, and select password, recommend password, and also you can log in quickly or require password each time login, or also select I'll just keep it as it is and continue. So now it's going to copy every single file from your bootable USB to your operating system if you're doing the actual installation. But in this case, we're inside the virtual machine, so meaning that it's just copying everything from our local machine inside that virtual machine space that we just created for it inside that 20 gigabytes. So it's going to do everything is going to be copied in that space. So it's going to take some time. Just wait for a while. Grab your coffee. Now we have successfully installed our Linux Mint in our virtual machine. Now we're just going to do click on restart now, and it will successfully reboot you inside the Linux Mint operating system. So just click enter. Enter your password used to create this tab. Now congratulations, now you have successfully set up your Linux Mint in your virtual machine. So by following this, you can try any Linux distro available. You can actually set them up, try them out. If you like them, just use them in your Mint machine. So every time you install a Linux operating system, the first thing you have to do is come to your terminal and just sudo apt after that, meaning that we're using this command, enter your password. Using this command, you can update all the existing software tools available in your machine in your Linux operating system. So it will always be on update. So as you can see, we have already pre-installed Firefox web browser, then installed. Then also have our file manager. You can have all the files. So you can see your system. And you have many more things, many more tools, many more softwares to try it out, and to install any software that you might want to try. You can go to the Flatpak, and in this website you can download any software you need for your Linux distro. So once you're inside here, you can find any software that you might need for your operating system, for your Linux distro. So you can directly download it from here, and it's very simple. Now that we have successfully installed Linux Mint, you can use your virtual machine to basically install any software that you might need. So just if you want to close it, so I'll just power it off. That's it. If you want, you can actually, for example, you can create another virtual machine. You can add another virtual machine with the same process. So you already have the Mint installed. You can try Ubuntu. You can try Pop. Any other Linux distro you want to install, you can try using the virtual machine. After you try them out, once you try them out, you are getting familiar with them and you are ready to make the switch.